Hello, everyone, and welcome to the $1,000,000 Speaker Podcast. Hi, I'm Arvee Robinson. I'm the Master Speaker Trainer, International Speaker, and author of Speak Up, Get Clients. And I just want to welcome you to the $1,000,000 Podcast because this is the podcast where we talk about what makes you a $1,000,000 speaker, how you can reach millions, and how you can ultimately make millions. And I have a very special guest with me today. Her name is Amanda Nelson of Exploring Amanda. She empowers others to overcome their limiting beliefs so they can achieve independence and freedom without asking for permission. She does this primarily through her TikTok account, Exploring Amanda. Amanda uses her humble beginnings and unique life experiences to help others break through their poverty mindset. From food stamps to paid travel, aside from being a full-time creator and speaker, Amanda also travels full-time and coaches people on how to get paid for travel as well. So let's welcome Amanda Nelson. Yay. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Arvee.
Welcome to the $1,000,000 Speaker Podcast.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here too. We're going to have a lot of fun because TikTok is something that I've been curious about, and I know our listeners are curious about. But before we jump into that topic, tell me, you've been speaking, a lot of places, not only on TikTok, but around the world. Tell the audience what you think are the attributes of a $1,000,000 speaker.
You have to be comfortable with vulnerability. You have to be able to go out there and speak truthfully from a place of experience. And whether or not that's relatable with somebody, that's fine. But at the end of the day, when you share vulnerability and you share your story as authentically as you can, you never know how you're able to impact somebody else. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad you said that because in the live world, when we're on stage and we share our story, people can feel our energy. They can see us. They see our full body. And so the body language says a lot. But when we're in this virtual world, we need to make our story be so passionate that it comes through the screen. And that is challenging for some speakers to do. So thank you. And I hope we can talk more about that and how you do that with TikTok, because that too is a medium by which we have to break through that fourth wall and get people to know us, love us, and want to come back and hear us and even watch us. So let's talk a little bit about your story and how you went from food stamps to a TikTok creator with over 180,000 followers, which I find so exciting. How did you do that?
That is exciting. I'm very proud of myself because it was something that, when you're in that limited belief mindset and never believing that you can have more, and you're always told these false stories about your life and how you can never have anything. When you get to that point where you have it, you're like, wow, I'm very proud of this. And so coming from a place of poverty and coming from a place of what my life looked like then, right? You look at me now and you would have no idea. So it's my job to tell my story so that I can help people overcome that and their own struggles as well. And so graduated high school, moved out as soon as I could. I was 17. I was hanging out with a lot of what I call quote unquote losers, to be frank. They didn't want anything more for their lives. They didn't want anything better for themselves. And there was no drive or determination. And so I was, right along with them in that small-minded mentality and running around with the wrong people and on food stamps and just wasting my life, really. I think the biggest part of, because there's a lot of time within that transition of when I was here on food stamps and to where I am now. But some of the lessons that I always get asked, what was the biggest takeaway from you is never, 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 never doubting yourself. And come on, that's hard, right? It's not an easy thing to do because we all get in our own head about different things. And it's like, I could never do that, or I can never do that. Breaking that in its tracks because you can do that When you tell yourself that enough, and when you repeat to yourself those negative things, your mind will start to believe it. Your subconscious will say, no, you're right. You are a loser and you can never do anything, right? And so breaking that cycle and saying to yourself, I can do that, watch me, that positive self-talk is how I'm here today, honestly.
Excellent. I'm so glad that you got out of that because you have so much to share and you've already been sharing it. And, that happens to a lot of young people. They get stuck, following the crowd, and you broke out of the crowd. So that's very exciting. So let's talk. I know everybody's waiting for you to talk about TikTok. Let's talk about now, when did you start? I want to know everything. So when did you start? How did you build up to 180,000 followers? And then we're going to have a little conversation about why other people need to do TikTok too. All right. So tell us a little bit about how you got started and why TikTok and that whole thing. Excuse me.
No problem. So for me, I started about a year ago, right? It was this time last year. So we're like February, March. What is this pandemic? What is this coronavirus everyone is talking about? We're going to be in our houses for a while. So everyone got TikTok, right? And so I got bored with it pretty quickly, right? I'm not gonna lie. It was very mundane. It was very, I don't get the point in this. And so I really drifted off. So I started my TikTok account. I probably posted about 2 to 3 videos and got bored very easily. From there, I picked it back up around August of 2020.
Wow.
Very, very slow and gradual for me because the TikTok algorithm, it takes it a very long time to recognize and learn what you like based on what you're spending a lot of time on or swiping past really quickly because it's not of interest to you. So for me in August, the TikTok algorithm learned me. It learned my likes, my dislikes, and it was giving me great things in my feed. So September, October came, and in October, I probably had about 50 followers. I was able to grow 5x that in 2 weeks. Well, I was able to grow 50,000 followers, so 10x, 50,000 followers in 2 weeks by posting consistently. So that is my biggest tip, by the way. I don't know if you asked me or we're going to get to it, but consistency is the way to grow on TikTok. The platform rewards showing up.
That's the key. So consistency is key. And that's what I share with my clients about speaking. You've got to be consistent. Speaking doesn't work when you just dabble in it or do it once a month or once every 6 months. Consistency is key. Now, TikTok is a form of speaking, right? So how long are the speeches? They're just like, how many seconds do you speak on TikTok?
Yes, you have 60 seconds. 60 seconds is your limit. However, the best videos performing are under 20 seconds.
Is that right? So if you were to just let's say you had a client here and you were going to advise your client how to get started on TikTok, what would you say?
Oh, well, it depends on what they do, but really consumers right now trending upwards are really wanting to see more behind the scenes. So how can you show people what goes into what you do very quickly? So we're going to do a lot of jump cuts. We're going to do a lot of transitions. It's going to be fast, quick, because our attention span nowadays isn't what it used to be. So you have to catch the consumer's eyes extremely quickly.
Nice. Okay. So now tell us a little bit about the age group of TikTok, because I shared with you that I'm on TikTok, but I tried it like you in the beginning, right? 2 or 3 times and I didn't get any traction. So I just went, that doesn't work. But so tell us why we should be on it and tell us the age group, because I looked down and I thought, oh, this is just for millennials. It isn't for baby boomers or it isn't for X Gen. So talk a little bit to that as well.
Yes, two major myths I want to bust right now is it is not for children and it is you do not have to dance to go viral. Okay. So anybody can do it because you're not going to catch me dancing on there. I'll tell you that for sure. The main reason is marketing. It is another social media platform where you can share to the world. However, if you want to market your brand, yourself, your business, your product, your service, whatever the case may be, use that as an alternative way, right? It's short form video. Catch them quickly, show people what you're doing, be consistent, show up, and you'll see success. You'll see results.
Okay, but what about the misnomer about but it's just for young people.
Mm.
And only young people go and watch. How do we break that mindset?
Well, again, at the very beginning of the pandemic, young people were pretty much the only people on it, right? And since then, that number and statistic has changed drastically. I know several people that work for ByteDance, which is the company that owns TikTok, and the statistics are actually trending towards baby boomers. If you look at the numbers, it is trending up, but you got to also think more people are joining. The platform is growing every single day. The biggest thing is, again, it's not just for kids. It's not just for dancing. That's something that we've got to get out of our heads. We've got to get out of our minds. It's simply not true.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, because some of the TikToks that I've seen, of course, they put them on Facebook and it's all about some couple of people dancing. And it's like, how is that marketing? But if you're serious and you use it for marketing, and I hope you share with us some key ideas on how we can do that in a moment. But if you come into it with that mindset, this is just another avenue of getting your message out there, gaining visibility in your market. It can be kind of a fun way to market your business. So tell us a little bit about how do we gear it? If we don't have to sing, we don't have to party, we don't have to dance, then what do we do? What do we do in our 60 seconds?
And remember, the algorithm will show you things that it thinks you like. So if you like the singing and you like the dancing, it still can be a great platform. But if you want nothing to do with that, like myself, it won't show you any of that. So it's like different worlds on TikTok. So I wanted to address that first. And then secondly, in terms of trying to get on there and market your business and your platform or whatever your business or personal brand is, you need content pillars. I'm a firm believer in that. When you go to my TikTok, you will not see me simply talking about one thing. I have 3 to 4 content pillars. So think about what that is for you. Maybe you are a dancer. Maybe you are a speaker. Maybe you help people with their social media. Maybe you're a dentist, right? I mean, my dentist just hit 1 million followers on TikTok. We use it as an educational platform. So you always hear about the E's, and I really stand by that. Educate, entertain, evoke some type of emotion. Those things, really, if you stick to those and apply them to your content pillars, proven success 100% of the time. So I would really encourage everyone to just sit down, take a step back and look at what are the things that people come to you for. Is that advice? Is that travel? Is that, whatever your market is, and break that down into 3 to 4 different content pillars so that you can get really strategic about your posting. And another tip while we're talking about posting is I batch a lot of my content. So I take one day out of my schedule, much like you do with your podcast, and I will film 45 videos, right? Because I know that I'm going to be set for that week based on how it works in my schedule. Batching content will save you so much time, so much money if you think about it. And it's just a great way. You do some outfit changes, you have a note section in your phone where it's like, you got to do this video, this video, this video. So having a strategy and batching your content is the biggest way to save time too. So wanted to throw that in there as well.
Well, you say, okay, so I love that idea. Book a whole day for content creation. So you're booking a day and you're creating 45 1-minute videos. Is that right?
They're not all 1 minute. It really depends on the topic, because I have about 3 to 4 content pillars. And for example, some of mine are 10 seconds. Some of them are quick affirmation, mantra, let's get your day started right. And those take essentially 0 amount of my time in that day, prospectively. Then we have some longer videos. So it really just depends on what your content pillars are and how much time it takes you to educate your audience.
Right. So if you're doing 45 in a week and you're posting at least once a day, I mean, what are you doing with all those other videos?
So great question. I do not post once a day. You have to show up consistently. TikTok has made that abundantly clear. They have said this on numerous occasions. We don't reward anything except consistency, meaning you do not have to post a specific time every day or one day of the week as if you do on certain other social media platforms. But if you show up, and let's say you post 5 times a day, you better continue to post 5 times a day. You can't go 5 and drop down to 2. However, if you continue to post during that 5 times a day, we're going to reward that consistency. And so For me, some days I will post upwards to 7 videos, right? And I know that sounds like a lot. However, when you think you batch content it, that is 7 chances in one day for my video to go viral. 7 is better than 1. So if you have the time, why not? If not, I would say a minimum post 2 times a day. And that doesn't mean you have to sit there and create time and think of these 2 videos. Think of your other content that you can repurpose. Do you have an Instagram? Do you have a YouTube channel? Let's think about breaking those down into smaller, bite-sized punchline videos and push those out there.
Right. So yes, repurpose. So you can do a TikTok video and am I hearing you right that you can repurpose that to Instagram or Instagram TV? Is that
Instagram Reels? That is 30 seconds. And I know Instagram is doing a very large push with Reels right now, and they're rewarding people who show up consistently doing Reels. I take all of my TikTok videos, I take off the watermark, and I put those on Instagram Reels. So it's think smarter, not harder here.
Wow. But people have to know how to do that. So do you teach classes on people on how to do TikTok, how to take off the watermarks, how to repurpose?
I do not. And the reason that I do not is because there is so much free information out there. It is not my one thing. I'm multifaceted. I have a lot of things going on. However, if anyone has questions, feel free to DM me. There are several different creators that I am personally friends with that I can recommend. One of them, her name is Wave to Wild, and she gives out trends and how to take off your watermarks and anything you know about TikTok. So go follow her because she's just a wealth of knowledge. I know all of this because of my contacts at TikTok, but really trial and error. And the algorithm knows that I like education with TikTok. So then they show me tips and tricks. So it's really just a collaboration of sorts with all the information coming at me.
Excellent. So would you recommend people go to YouTube maybe and look some videos up and learn that way?
You absolutely can, but why not go straight to the source? I would say open up TikTok and go into the little discover search bar and type in TikTok how-tos, or search the hashtag TikTok trends or how-to on TikTok. That way you're in the platform, you're going straight to the source, and you can get the top creators and just get the best knowledge that way.
I love it. Now, TikTok is not the only thing you do. So tell us a little bit. You create content, and that's just one way that you create content. So you're known as the content creator. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, 100%. So I am a TikTok creator. I am an influencer. I am a CEO, a speaker. I get paid to travel, and I'm a coach. So I teach other people how to get paid to travel as well. And so if I'm not on TikTok speaking, I'm either doing one of those things, but most likely creating some type of content. My favorite right now is video. I think video is the future, video and audio. And so I work hand in hand directly with properties, Airbnbs, hotels, to be able to provide them content so that they can use that for any of their future marketing purposes. And honestly, it's living the dream. Who doesn't want to get paid to travel, right? It's
right.
The dream. So I'm doing all of those things and teaching people how to do that as well. And it's working out so far.
All right. Well, it's just been a pleasure to be with you today and to get to know you. And so if someone wants to ask you a question about TikTok, how would they get a hold of you, Amanda?
Yes, so I am at Exploring Amanda on all social media platforms. Contact me directly through Instagram DMs. They're always open. I read every single one of them, and I'd love to be able to
help. Excellent. All right. So is there like an email address you want to offer? Is there a particular social media site that you want to offer that they should use to get a hold of you?
Yes, either Instagram DMs, or I do have an email address that's right on my Instagram profile. Just click the email button and it'll come straight to someone from my team or myself.
Beautiful. And of course, they need to follow you on TikTok. And your name on TikTok, is it Amanda Nelson or is it Exploring Amanda?
It is Exploring Amanda across all social media platforms.
Exploring Amanda. And also you can find Amanda often being a moderator on Clubhouse. So make sure that you download Clubhouse as an app. Make sure you download TikTok and just have fun with TikTok, explore it, be goofy. Now, tell me one last question, Amanda. How long are TikToks typically up there? Is it forever? Is it for 24 hours? How long? If someone thought that they were really being goofy, how long is that particular little video up there?
That's a great question. So they're up for in perpetuity. However, the general lifespan is about 90 days. So often you post a video 3 months ago, it maybe gets 2 views, and then all of a sudden it starts to show up and trending. So it has about a 90-day lifespan. Okay. However, it is up in perpetuity. So be mindful, have fun, but be careful. And TikTok guidelines are very, very strict too. So if it is violating any one of those, they'll be taken down. But most of all, exactly what you said, have fun with it, because that'll show too as well. So just have fun.
Have fun with it. Now, do you have to use the music in TikTok? Is all the music in TikTok, if you do want to use music, is that all like, free? Is it like royalty free? Is it safe to use and post to other platforms? Is that
great question? So you can import other music. However, I would strongly advise against it, because while all the TikTok music in the platform itself is free, you do have copyright restrictions and violations. So some songs may not be available. And if you post a song and it's available in the United States, it may not be available in Sweden. So you have to be really cautious with the song choices, because yes, they're free, but I would recommend picking all of them through TikTok so that you don't get your video taken down.
Good thinking. All right. Well, it's just been such a pleasure. You have such a wealth of knowledge, Amanda. So make sure, if you are listening, make sure that you look Amanda up. She's on all kinds of social media, but make sure that you're viewing her TikToks and follow her. Add to her 180,000 followers, because she is one to follow. So again, Amanda, thank you so much for being here at the $1 Million Speaker Podcast. Really.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
All right, great. All right, everyone. Well, we'll see you back here next week.